Welcome to the Wake Forest Summer Immersion Dance Institute webinar. During this webinar, we will speak with the academic leader of the Dance Institute, Christina Soriano. Before we introduce Christina Soriano, Director of the Dance and Theater Program at Wake Forest University, I would like to take a moment to introduce the Wake Forest Summer Immersion staff. I am Kyla Hollingsworth, Executive Director of Pre-College Programs here at Wake Forest. On staff during the summer, we also have Betsy Schneider. She's Assistant Director of Pre-College Programs. Elizabeth Phillips, Administrative Coordinator of Pre-College Programs. And Donovan Livingston, Program Manager of College Launch for Leadership. The summer of 2019, we bring exciting programs to both the Winston-Salem campus as well as our Charlotte campus. Mainly at Winston-Salem, we will host the majority of our programs, and we do have 3 institutes offered at the Wake Forest Charlotte Center. If you're interested in residing on campus in Winston-Salem, you have the option to select from our Biosciences and Engineering Institute, Business, Dance, which we'll feature today, Debate and Public Advocacy, Documentary Film, Health and Exercise Science, Health and Wellbeing, which is a new institute for the summer of 2019, Law, which is moved from our Charlotte Center to our main campus, featuring our law school in Winston-Salem, Leadership, Medicine, Neuroscience, Policy and Politics, which is also a new institute offered for this upcoming summer, Psychology, Sports Medicine, Technology, and Visual Arts. Based out of our Charlotte campus, we are offering a new institute in Entrepreneurship, our General Medicine Institute, as well as our Sports Business Institute. The Summer Immersion Program is a great opportunity for high school students 9th through 12th grade, as well as incoming college freshmen, to give them a chance to spend a week at Wake Forest, checking in on Sunday night, checking out Friday afternoon, giving them detailed information based off of whatever institute topic that they're most interested in, allowing them to discover a career pathway, and their week is filled with daily field trips, guest speakers, one-of-a-kind experiences, as well as the opportunity to experience the dance department at Wake Forest University. At this time, I would like to introduce Christina Soriano, the academic leader for the Dance Institute, and give Christina the opportunity to introduce herself as well as share more about the program. Christina?
Thanks. So I'm delighted that we are offering the Dance Institute for the 2nd year. Last year was awesome. We loved the high school students that came to Wake Forest and danced in our studios. It really invigorated our space and made us super excited to provide our courses and our program to a whole new crop of students. So just to tell you a little bit more about myself, I am in my 3rd year directing the dance program at Wake, and I started teaching at Wake in 2006. I'm now, in addition to teaching classes in the dance program, I've also moved into a role in the Provost's office as the Associate Provost for the Arts and Interdisciplinary Initiative. So I'm thrilled to say that the arts at Wake Forest are growing in scope and in vision, and we're really looking forward to sharing that with another group of students this summer.
Thank you, Christina. This upcoming summer, the Dance Institute, let's discuss the date. The program is offered 1 week in June, and the program will run June 9th through 14th. And as I mentioned earlier, it is a residential programming, meaning that high school students from around the world have the opportunity to live on campus, dine in our dining hall, and experience all that the Wake Forest Dance Department has to offer with our wonderful studios and faculty and staff.
Yes, that's
Christina,
right. I'm thrilled to say that my 2 colleagues who taught with me last summer, Brantley Shapiro, who is a longtime member of our ballet faculty. She danced previously in Switzerland professionally and also with San Francisco Ballet. I'm also joined by my colleague Nina Lucas, who is the chair of the Department of Theater and Dance. Nina's been with the department over 22 years and has extensive experience having danced in Los Angeles and in New York as well. Nina will be offering jazz technique during the Institute, and Brantley will offer ballet every morning. And then I will also be an instructor in the program, and I'll be offering classes in modern technique and also introduction to compositional tools. So starting to think about our young students as growing choreographers. What are some of the tools that one needs as they take on more mature ideas around composition in dance? So that's the scope of the class. In addition, we have lots of exciting outreach opportunities. We have a close relationship with a physical medicine and rehabilitation doctor at our hospital who works closely with the dance community, who does an excellent session with students about injury prevention as well as managing existing injuries. He had worked previously at the Boston Ballet, so he brings a wealth of knowledge in that space. We also have students on campus in the summer who are members of our Wake Forest Dance Company, so they'll be able to come and speak from their perspective with students in the Institute, telling them what it's like to be a student in the dance program, how they manage their time, how they have so many opportunities to perform as Wake Forest students, what the company structure is like, how we are really like a family in the dance company, and how it is a huge part of their Wake Forest experience. We'll also have a session where I share some information about the research I do with dance and neuroscience. I work closely with a neuroscientist at the Stick Center at our Wake Forest Hospital, and we're in the midst of a clinical trial funded by the NIH, so students will get to learn how dance and neuroscience are in conversation together in research. For students who have a psychology, a neuroscience, biology backgrounds, or just students who have a general sense of wanting to see the ways dance extends throughout their lifespan, beyond their teenage and 20s. In addition, dance students in the Institute will have opportunities to meet with admissions counselors, so you get to really learn what is it like applying as a dancer to Wake Forest. Knowing more about the Presidential Scholarship, we have a scholarship opportunity that is open to any student to apply for. It's a partial tuition scholarship. We'll answer questions about submitting the best application you can submit. You'll get to talk to admissions people who look at these. And we also will make sure that really you have an exceptionally fun week. So ways that you as a cohort come together, dancing all day, having time to also be a community together, learning from one another. I think it was a highlight for me last summer, and I totally anticipate it will be again this summer. So I hope that gives you a good insight into the program, and I really look forward to meeting you and welcoming you all to Wake this summer.
Thank you, Christina. You did a fantastic job outlining the highlights and the topics covered throughout the week. I do want to share parents and students of aspiring dancers. It's not too late. You can still apply online to participate in the Summer Immersion Dance Institute. Feel free to complete the free online application, and we can get the ball rolling there. Last but not least, I'd like to share a few questions that we've received, some frequently asked questions regarding the Dance Institute, and Christina and I will just walk through the questions and answers. The first question is, what should I bring? What attire or shoes are appropriate for the week? Christina, can you help and answer that?
Yeah, sure. So we're going to be dancing. So the clothes that you regularly dance with are the things you want to pack. Ballet class, as we all know, is more leotard type. If you have point shoes, we encourage you to bring them, though they are not required. But ballet slippers would be something you would need. In jazz and modern classes, you'd be barefoot with me or in socks. And for Nina's class, If you have jazz shoes, bring them. That's great. If not, you can certainly use your ballet slippers if needed. I would recommend that the clothing that people bring is comfortable but not so loose that we can't see your bodies as they move. I would recommend people avoid bringing jewelry or, things that would get in the way. And, I mean, I think students who are dancers know the kinds of clothes they need to bring. The biggest thing I would say is if you have pointe shoes, jazz, ballet, slippers, to make sure you bring those.
Perfect. Thank you so much. The second question, will there be a performance at the end of the week?
We like to keep that one open and fluid based on our group. We are certainly open to a more informal showing on the last morning, so that is a possibility. Basically, we would share some of the material we have been working on in classes during the week. Again, it's not something that is super formal. We don't have enough time together to really compose a full-on dance or anything like that, but being able to perform some of the phrase material you've learned or practiced in class, that is a possibility for the last day.
Perfect. Thank you. And does this week mirror the dance program at Wake Forest?
Well, the fact that students are going to have time with 3 of the faculty is pretty awesome and is pretty close to a day in the life, if you will. Classes that you'll be taking, we're not going to make it less difficult just because students are in high school. They'll be taking college-level classes. So it really is a little glimpse into a typical course for a semester. The idea that it's truncated and intense for a week, of course, is a different experience than one would get throughout the semester, but I'm planning to excerpt material from syllabi as well as create new and exciting ideas for students. But yeah, you are getting for sure a day in the life or a week in the life, as it were, when you come to the Dance Institute this summer.
Fantastic. Christina, is there anything else that you'd like to add regarding the Dance Institute?
Just want to say that I'm happy to answer questions should students have them. But most of all, I hope people will apply. And I know they can reach out to your office if they have questions around scholarships or if they have questions with their application materials.
Absolutely. Well, thank you all for joining us for the Dance Institute webinar. If you do have any questions, don't hesitate to visit our website at www.go.wfu.edu/SIP. Have a great afternoon.